Morning. Starting the day off setting up our GoPro. Gotta get our house time lapse. Since Brad is hauling fertilizer this morning, he's already here, I am going to use the old Kenworth. I don't like using it because it doesn't haul as much, but the truck works just fine, and well, we'll just have to make an extra trip. If we were using the big truck, I could probably get by with 2 loads, but we'll need to get 3. Take a little bit longer, but probably won't need 3 full loads right now, but I'd rather have it and not have to do this again when we're extra busy. So hopefully this is enough gravel for backfilling and all that good stuff. I guess I should say what I'm talking about. So today they're putting the floor joists on our house, and once they get the joists tied into the house, they can backfill the rest of the basement. Right now there's still 3 feet dug out away from the basement wall, which makes it kind of a pain in the butt when you're trying to frame up a house. So as soon as they get the joists tied in, they want to backfill. They want some more gravel. We're going all the way to the surface with gravel along the garage. That way that garage footer that's going to be poured will be poured on gravel and not fill dirt. The rest of it's going to be backfilled with dirt. There's about 3 to 4 feet of gravel under that dirt up the wall, but we didn't go all the way to the top. I asked Ray why we were doing that. My builder, he said that in his experience, if you go gravel all the way to your basement floor, you have the chance of gravel or of the water running straight down and getting under your basement and you know, seeping water through your basement floor. He said if you got gravel with dirt on top of it, that dirt will help soak that water away, kind of wick it away a little bit. It won't go straight down as fast. He's got more experience with this, so I'm going with what he says. Hopefully he's right, because I wouldn't have guessed that. I would have put gravel all the way to the top. But Ray's built several houses. The old Kenworth there, she's got a whopping like 50,000 miles on it. We've had this truck for a long time. I was wrong, 57,000 miles. Got a bird turd right in front of me, right in the center of my windshield. Perfect. Probably a good omen for the day. Hey, they're starting on the shop today, looks like. Lots of construction going on. Load number 2. Well, we just hauled way more gravel than I was anticipating. In fact, I didn't know that we were doing this at all today until this morning. But that is done. House is getting some progress done on the house, so that's all good stuff. I'm gonna go find some lunch now, and we will re-attack the fertilizer. So once again today we're spreading potash on bean ground. Yesterday we made a pretty good dent in it. I was hoping to finish up today, but now that we hauled gravel half today, that probably won't happen, but we're still doing all right. So that's a state park over there. I don't know if they're doing a controlled burn today or what, but there is a lot of smoke coming from over there. Back in the bounce trap we go. Well, I need some government juice. Go through this dry stream crossing. It's a little off canter, and with a 3-wheel floater, it is kind of sketchy feeling. I mean, you're fine, but for a minute you feel like you're about to flip. I suppose if you hit it hard enough, you could flip. See right there. Oh, there we go. Brad just dropped off another load of fert, keeping us going real nice. We now have plenty of potash to run all day today and probably all day tomorrow. So we're going to top this thing off because we're getting ready to head up the road a little ways. We'll go up by the other grain bins. BJ's over there strip tilling. Looks like he's about done with that field. Hopefully knocking some acres out today. We're over here by the grain leg. So we talked to the neighbors over the winter and they let us tear this fence out. We mutually agreed to. Oh, what are we doing here? Come on, steer. Oh, just lost steering for some reason. That's fun. Anyways, we tore that fence row out. And that'll be better for both of us. It was grown up with smaller trees, lots of vegetation, sucking moisture away from our field and their field, and shading out some of the crops. So looks a little bit different. I think it looks a lot better. So situations like that are why we have things like bulldozers and excavators. For some reason, we are just not holding a steering line. What crap! Thing gets to wandering and about shakes you all over the place. Right there, and there, whew, and there. And now we got the windrow of pine stumps finally out of this field over here by my future house. Much nicer, but man, this is rough. Like 10 miles an hour is about it. This field's so rough, I'm probably gonna be sore after today. From just being tossed around in here constantly. She's a little bumpy. Crew that's building the house, you guys get here at daylight, but they leave at 4. It's a little after 4 o'clock now. They just left. So I gotta swing over here and grab my GoPro and check out our house. Definitely have some progress made. So this here is our basement steps. Doesn't look like much now, but those are going to be the stairs to the basement. Looks like they've been drawing out the rooms here. So this is interesting. It's the first I've been able to see that. Bathroom, bedroom, 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 laundry room, pantry, living room, kitchen, dining room. Tomorrow's going to be an exciting day. We'll actually see the house really shaping up tomorrow, I think. It's like BJ's stripping here. So we are going to do some testing and some high yielding stuff in this field. So he's putting on a little bit heavier rate than we normally would. He gets done with that field tonight. He should be, I'd probably make him about 150 acres for the day. So 150 acres with a 40-foot implement. It may not sound like a lot, but keep in mind, when we are planting or when BJ's strip tilling, we are tending ourselves. We don't have anyone bringing us products, so he's having to move his tender all the time and fill up pretty often. So it just takes a while. It's not a quick process. Hopefully he's got a good head of steam built up and he can just keep on keeping on. Mrs. Brown came over to check the house out. Just had our first softball game of the season. Emmy's team won, so that was good. A little bit.
Olivia said, oh, it has an upstairs.
They getting out. Remember, just be careful of the holes. Like that big hole and then the stairway hole over there. So right now, you're in our bathroom. See that right there? That's my toilet.
Yeah, and isn't this like one of your guys' closets?
Yep.
That's your closet, Dad. This is Mom's closet, right?
Most likely.
Okay.
And this is Mom and Dad's bedroom.
Yeah, and
See, here's the stairs to our basement, but there's no stairs yet. So there's a hole right there, so you gotta be careful. Don't want you to fall in there.
do you think I can do a cartwheel on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid. Nailed it.
My refrigerator right now. Get out of my way. Let me check my refrigerator. Ooh.
Yep, just as empty as our other one.
Shower and do homework.
If the hose is leaking or if it's just loose, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess the hose might be leaking a little bit.
hole in it.
They're up crimp. I wonder if these are the original hoses. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So loose fitting. Hopefully he can run for the night. That hydraulic hose probably needs replaced sooner rather than later, though. But he's gonna run it and watch it. Famous last words. I'm gonna take his seat tender down to the other hoop barn. Bring BJ's pickup back. He's probably gonna leave the Raptor here tonight in the big hoop barn. I don't know that he'll get to finish this, and if he does finish it, there's another field right beside it. So just do that for him, put up the floater, and then we'll probably call her quits for the night. Oh, that don't look good. That wouldn't go through the strip so far. Heck, I didn't even plug up my spreader. Went ahead and loaded up for morning, so we will be ready to go once we get over here in the morning. I don't have anything remotely close to this hoop barn, so I'm just gonna put her up for the night. So I got a bunch of little patches to do, no big fields like we had last night, and we will readdress this tomorrow. Like Bubby's moving right along. We got a tarp out there. Guess we could pick that up. We've had several days of high winds. For example, we don't have a gutter on any building around here. And I'm not kidding, there's not a gutter on anything over here. But somehow we ended up with someone's gutter. Hard to tell where that came in from. But they can have it back if they want it. Something about tractor silhouettes, sunsets, and grain legs. I don't know. Be a good picture. Anyways, looking at his strips, the ground's working up beautifully. It's nice and dry. No big clods or anything. This field will be planted in about probably 2 weeks. Maybe 3, depending entirely on the weather. But it is warm enough. Now the ground is not quite warm enough. We've still been freezing every morning. It was 30 degrees with some frost this morning. I think the ground temp someone posted on Facebook in the area, that's how I'm taking my measurement because it's real scientific like that, was 40 degrees this morning. 50 degrees is, you know, the temperature you want it to be before you start planting. Supposedly. Man, that smells wonderful. Fresh dirt, nice pretty strips. A lot of people think we've already planted this. People that aren't farmers just driving by on the road just won't know the difference. They'll think that's planted corn rows. So tomorrow's gonna be another busy day, but one thing I wanna try to do is get this underfirth rolling harrow set up. So I have a hitch for the accelerator, but I'm not gonna stop to put it on right now. It's supposed to rain Saturday. When it does, I do wanna get that on because I have a lot of acres I wanna run this over, but probably am going to hook this thing to a tractor and try to set it tomorrow just by itself. I might even drag it across that field across the road. It's extremely rough where it was chisel plowed a few years ago and not properly worked. I don't know if that'll do much, but try it out in that field. If nothing else, it should help incorporate some of that potash we applied today. But that's going to be it for me, folks. I think BJ's going to keep on running for a couple more hours. Thanks for watching. If you would do us a favor, give the channel a thumbs up. Or give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave us a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.